What if the most financially dangerous place you can be is exactly where most people spend their entire life trying to reach? Not poverty, not wealth, the middle. Stay with me, because what I am about to show you is going to make you look at your income, your taxes, your debt, and your future in a completely different way. And once you see it, you will understand why the middle class is not a destination, it is a trap. Let's start with the first problem, taxes. Most people believe the wealthy pay the highest taxes, and technically, the top marginal rate is higher. But here is what nobody explains. The wealthy do not earn income the way you do. You earn a salary. Your salary is taxed at the highest possible rate for every dollar you earn. Income tax, national insurance, social contributions. Before the money touches your hand, a significant percentage is already gone. But wealthy people do not primarily earn salaries. They earn through capital gains, dividends, business structures, investment returns. And almost everywhere in the world, capital gains are taxed at a significantly lower rate than earned income, which means a person earning $2 million a year through investments often pays a lower effective tax rate than a middle-class professional earning $60,000 through a salary. The middle class is the most heavily taxed group in proportion to what they have. Not the richest, the middle. Now let's talk about the second problem, debt normalization. In middle-class culture, debt is not a warning sign, it is a milestone. The mortgage, the car payment, the student loan, the credit card balance carried month to month. These are not considered financial failures in middle-class life. They are considered the normal markers of a responsible adult building a life. And that normalization is one of the most expensive beliefs a person can carry, because debt is not neutral. Debt is a monthly drain on income that does not build anything. The mortgage payment goes to the bank. The car payment goes to the finance company. The student loan payment goes to an institution for a degree that may or may not have produced the income it promised. Every one of these payments is money leaving your life every month that is not building your future. And in the middle class, this is not questioned. It is expected. Now let's talk about the third problem. And this one is the most subtle, the most insidious, and the most powerful. Social pressure. The middle class has the most intense financial social pressure of any economic group. The neighborhood matters. The car matters. The holiday destination matters. The school the children attend matters. The kitchen renovation matters. The clothes matter. Not because middle class people are shallow or materialistic, but because middle class identity is almost entirely constructed around visible signals of stability, of having made it, of being respectable, of keeping up. And keeping up is extraordinarily expensive, because the benchmark is always the person slightly above you. You achieve something, you feel stable for a moment, then you look up and see the next level, and the pressure begins again. Economists call this expenditure cascades. When one group increases spending, the group below them feels pressure to match it. And in the middle class, this cascade never stops, because there is always someone slightly ahead, always a new benchmark, always another level of normal that your brain says you should be reaching. Now let's talk about the fourth problem, the income ceiling. In poverty, the financial situation is painful, but the options are limited and clear. In wealth, money generates more money through assets, investments, and systems. But in the middle class, income is almost entirely dependent on one thing, showing up. The salary stops the moment you stop working. There is no asset generating returns, no investment portfolio producing income, no system running while you sleep, just the continuous exchange of time for money. And time is the one resource that cannot be scaled. You have 24 hours. That is the ceiling. No matter how hard you work, no matter how skilled you become, no matter how many promotions you receive, the ceiling is always what someone is willing to pay for your 24 hours. And most middle-class people spend their entire working life trying to increase that number without ever questioning whether trading time for money is the right structure entirely. Now let's talk about what poverty cannot do that the middle class can. Qualify for nothing. In most countries, people below a certain income threshold receive support, housing assistance, healthcare subsidies, education support, food programs, and people above a certain wealth threshold have accountants, lawyers, and financial structures that legally minimize what they owe. The middle class earns too much to qualify for assistance, has too little to afford the structures that protect wealth, and pays the full rate.